And Monica, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia. I live in Bogota.
Nice, awesome. And what do you like to do for fun? What do you do for fun?
For fun?
Yeah,
Mm, okay. Oh, in these days, uh, watching soccer play games.
nice. Watching soccer games. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
doing a lot of too. Um,
yeah.
okay, yeah, Colombia is doing really well. They won their group. I think they're one of the few undefeated teams, or um, they have 9 points, and they're playing Uruguay tomorrow, right?
Excuse me, what did you say?
When's Colombia's next game? They playing Uruguay tomorrow?
Tomorrow, yeah, against Uruguay. It's an
Yeah,
important game for
yeah, it's
us.
a very important
Everybody
game.
are going to watch this important game in Colombia.
Yeah, definitely.
For Uruguay too.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, no, it'll be a good game. And Uruguay doesn't have Suarez, which is important. But okay, and Patricio, welcome to class as well. Patricio, how have you been?
Fine, Joshua. How are you?
I'm
How you
doing
been?
well, doing well. And so Sergio, sorry, Patricio, what did you do today?
What I'm doing now? Well, now I was working until 5 minutes ago.
Okay,
I was working until
nice.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, nice. How was work?
Not really well. A lot of problem, but it's my work. If I don't have problem, I don't have work.
That's true. So I guess when business is booming, um, but that is kind of unfortunate, but good. And are you looking forward to the weekend?
Yes and no because I need to work tomorrow. So maybe for me weekend means only this Sunday.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Um, Man, that's a lot of work. And
A lot of work.
Sergio, yeah, Sergio and Zuela and Diego, welcome to class, everybody. Sergio, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, Joshua. How are you doing, man?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. I think I saw a Brazil cup there. Are you from Brazil, Sergio?
That's it. Are you already in Brazil?
Yeah, I am in Brazil. Uh,
Yes. Where?
Yes,
uh,
nice.
so yeah, I'm in Rio de Janeiro, and I'm staying in
No.
Vidigal. Yeah,
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah.
Where are you
yeah.
from, Joshua?
I'm from the United States.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah. Um,
Are
but
you
yeah,
living
again,
there in Rio de Janeiro?
I'm here for maybe 2 months. But I'm living in Costa Rica.
Ah, okay. Only for the World Cup. Are
Yeah,
you
and a
there?
little bit after, and a little bit after.
Oh,
Yeah.
good plan.
Yeah, I want to see a little bit of Brazil while I'm here. Um, but cool. And so let's go to Zuela. Zuela, how are you doing today?
Fine, and you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Zuela, where are you from?
I'm from Peru, but I live since a lot of years in Italy, Milan.
Okay. So I have lived in Italy
Okay.
for a lot of that sentence one more time. Can you repeat that sentence?
Oh, yes, I have lived in Italy for more or less 20 years.
Nice. Awesome. Perfect. And also, welcome. So Diego, also welcome to class. Diego, how are you?
Fine, pretty fine.
Nice. It's good to see you again. Diego, what did you do today?
Today I was programming for a college work.
Okay. Nice. And Rodolfo, welcome to class as well. Rodolfo, how are you doing?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, thank you.
Nice. Okay. Good to hear. And Rodolfo, where are you from?
I'm from Colombia.
Okay, awesome. So, yeah, big game tomorrow as well. Um, is it Colombia's playing tomorrow, right?
Yes, Colombia play tomorrow against Uruguay.
Yeah, Uruguay. We talked about that with Monica earlier. Okay, and we also have another student. I can't pronounce your name, or I'm not sure what your name is. Your name starts with an M. And how are you? And can you hear us? Hmm.
Could be Maxime.
Maxime? Yeah,
I don't know.
probably. Maxime, are you here? Ah, Mikhail. Mikhail. I think. Mikhail, how are you doing? Or Michael? Mike. Mike, how are you doing?
I'm seated on the computer.
Okay, yeah, but how? How are you doing? Not what are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you, and you?
I'm doing well. Thank you very much for asking. Mike, where are you from?
I'm from Russia. My city is Chelyabinsk.
Okay, nice. Awesome. And I think that might be everybody. We've got a full lesson today, so I'm going to put the presentation in Google Drive if you want to download it, but I'm also going to use a screen share. So hold on while we get that set up. 1 second. There it is. And so while we're waiting, Ercio, can you ask Diego a question? So think of a question to ask Diego, Ercio.
Sorry, Josh. I can see the question.
Yeah, so think of a question to ask Diego. Okay, or maybe not. I think we're just about ready right now. And so, Diego, can you read the title in the next couple of lines?
Okay, business presentation. In today's lesson, we will learn new business vocabulary and business positions, talk about giving presentations, practice making business presentations.
Good. Really nice job. One small thing, vocabulary, just the intonation. Can you repeat vocabulary?
Vocabulary.
Nice, yeah. Vocab. Yeah, perfect. And let's go to the next page. And let's have Fatin. Welcome to class. Fatin, how are you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Hi, Fatin, where are you from?
I am from Canada.
Cool. I'm supposing you're from Quebec?
No, I'm from British Columbia, Vancouver.
Oh, okay. Nice. Perfect. And so let's go in. Fatin, can you ask Ercio the first question? Sorry, Fatin. Can you ask
Yes.
Ercio the first question?
Okay. What are some ways to give a presentation, PowerPoint, etc.?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
I have some problems with my microphone. What's some ways to give a presentation, PowerPoint, etc.? I have a lot of kinds to make a presentation. PowerPoint, I use Excel and Word and many programs. Paper and pen is the best.
Okay, paper and pen is the best, Ercio.
No need batteries.
Yeah, you don't need batteries for sure. Good, nice work. And Ezio, can you ask Monica the next question?
Um, have you ever given a presentation at your work? Did you enjoy it? Monica?
Okay, I'm on mute. Okay, and my work, it's not necessary to give presentations, but
Okay.
if I would have to, I would have to. I suppose this I not enjoy this situation. It's a little stress.
Yeah, enjoy the. Maybe we'd say, but if I had to, I wouldn't enjoy it. Can you
Okay,
repeat the last sentence?
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yeah. If I had to, I wouldn't enjoy it.
If I had to, I wouldn't enjoy it. Okay,
Good. Perfect. Really good work. And Monica, can you ask Patrice the next question?
Patrick, how many business positions can you name?
Well, production manager could be one. The other one could be CEO, Chief Executive Officer, sales manager, secretary, facility manager. What else? Production manager, operation manager. I don't know what else could be.
Okay, nice. Those are some good ones. I didn't quite catch all of them, but I think that sounded really good. Okay, can anybody else name any positions? You can just shout them out. Does anybody else know any other positions?
Territory sales manager, marketing manager.
Nice. Good. Any other ones?
Financial manager could be.
Yeah.
Account manager.
Lots of managers, but good.
Product manager, yes.
Sorry? Okay, yeah, that was good though. And so let's go on to the next page and let's start reading some of these words. Patricio, can you read the title and the directions?
Okay, vocabulary. Read these words, ask about words you don't know.
Good. And again, vocabulary. Vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Nice. Vocabulary. And let's have Rodolfo. Can you read the first four words?
Diagram. Handout. Objective. Key point.
Good. Nice job. Can you repeat diagram? Diagram?
Diagram.
Yeah, diagram. So
Yes.
yeah, the emphasis is just at the beginning of the word. So diagram.
Diagram.
Good. Nice job. And then handout.
What?
Can you repeat handout?
Handout.
Yeah, handout. Objective and key point. The rest sounded really good. Okay, and let's have Sergio. Can you read the next four words?
Okay. Slide, projector, outline, visual aids.
Visual aids. Can you repeat aids? Nice. Good job.
What means handout?
Okay, good. What does handout mean?
What does handout mean?
Good. And does anybody know what a handout is? What's a handout?
It's like a brochure.
Yeah, it's like a brochure, a piece of paper with a lot of information, just something that you give to your audience to help them follow along with your presentation. Good. Really nice work, Sergio. Any other questions about any of these words? Does anybody else have any? Excuse me?
Outline.
Outline. Okay. Who can explain what an outline is?
Anybody?
Yeah, anybody.
Outline is I usually call is sketch.
Huh?
That's something you can put the main points in the.
Yeah. So maybe like a sketch where you have your main points of a presentation, and it's like the main points about what you want to say. Really good explanation. Good. Any other questions? Okay. No other questions?
No?
Okay. And let's have Sergio. Can you choose a word and say a sentence using that word?
Yes. Maybe key point.
Okay.
For my presentation, the key point will be how can you get more productive using this product.
Okay. So instead of saying it in a question, so how can you get more productive using this product? My key point will be how to get more productive by using this product. So instead of how you can, how to. But other than that, that was perfect.
Alright. How to get more productive by using this product.
Good.
Using BlackBerry.
Nice job, Sergio. And Zoila, can you do the same? So can you choose one of these words and say a sentence? And yeah. Zoila, are you there? Sorry, Zoila, it looks like your microphone is muted.
Sorry, I'm here. I will choose a slide. Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. To present for my next presentation, I will use some slides to show the argument.
Okay. To show the argument. Good. I wouldn't change anything. For my next presentation, I will use some slides to show the argument. Yeah, perfect. Nice job, Zoila. Really good sentence. And so it doesn't look like anybody has any questions on this page. Let's go to the next page. And let's have Diego. Can you read the introduction or the title and the first half?
Perfect. Presentations. Introduction. Read the text. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for finding the time to come and join for this presentation this afternoon. My name is Tim Manson. I am retail consultant, and many of you will have seen me showing you in your jobs and looking through the account and so on in the company over the last week.
Good. Really good reading. Can you repeat shadowing? Shadowing.
Shadowing.
Good. Shadowing. And then the next one, retail. Retail.
Retail.
Good.
What does shadowing mean?
Shadowing? Does anybody know what shadow means? Can anybody explain?
Shadow means the effect when you stop and the sun hit you and you reflect in the ground.
Okay. So yeah, so a shadow is when light is shining on you and it's the dark space behind you.
Perfect.
It's the shadow on the ground. So when you're shadowing somebody at a job, You're just right behind them, and you don't do anything. You just watch what they do and make sure that they're doing their jobs correctly. So it's just watching what people do with their jobs is shadowing.
Perfect.
Does that answer your question? Okay, well, hopefully that's good.
Excuse me, Joshua, can you explain me again shadowing? In this context, I can understand.
Okay.
Shadowing is like a verb. I suppose that shadow is an object, is a subject, but in this context, functions like a verb.
Yeah, so somebody who is shadowing somebody at work they will go and do everything that that person does at work. So there's two people, one person who works and one person who just sits and maybe takes notes and writes down what the other person does. So they shadow. So they don't do anything.
It's similar to watch over?
Yeah, watch over. And just to try, usually people who shadow want to try to make the company more efficient. So they make people do their jobs better. Yeah, and so they just write down everything that you do. It's a little bit scary sometimes.
Interesting.
Okay, good. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so, Diego, can you repeat retail? Retail. Good.
Retail.
And afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. Perfect. Really good work. And so let's have Fatin. Can you read the next half?
Yes. I've invited you here today to have a look at my findings. First, I'd like to have a look at the performance of the company, the sales of the company over the last 3 years. Then I'd like to have a look at our market share in the women's wear market and look at our competitors and thirdly, I'd like to suggest some improvements in our range of women's wear. At the end, I'd be happy to answer any of your questions.
Good. That sounded good. Yeah, nice job with your ed endings, like invited. Good pronunciation of women's wear. Maybe it's a little bit more like tied together, but I think that was really good. Really nice job, Fatin. Okay, and does anybody have any questions about this paragraph?
No.
Thirdly?
Okay, so it's like the third thing. So first, second, and then thirdly. So it's just an adverb like describing the number of times. So thirdly. So firstly, first of all, secondly, thirdly.
Okay. The third time.
Yeah. So like the third thing. So first, second, and then thirdly. But the third thing, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Or
this word has no traduction.
Translation.
In Spanish. Translation, yeah.
Yeah, I guess terceramente, but
no,
it doesn't work.
It's not possible in Spanish, yeah.
But good. And so, Fatin, can you ask Ercio the question in the chat box?
In the chat box, sorry?
Yeah, Fatin, can you ask Ercio the question in the chat box? Do you see the chat box?
Just a minute, because this is my first time I joined this class. Maybe in the left side there is it's called chat.
Yeah. So can you click on that?
Yes.
Okay. So do you see everything that's written?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So the last question, starting with do. Do you see that question? Can you read that question?
I don't see any questions. Just
Okay.
it is not. It is a statement. It is not questions. Maybe just a minute. Do you think the business presentation should be formal or informal? Do you think business presentation should be formal or informal?
Good.
Perfect. Okay.
Well, I think the business presentation should be formal because um, normally we have important persons. They don't have enough time to see presentations, and then presentations must be formal ever.
Okay. So you think they should be formal, for sure. Um, okay. Yeah, definitely. So one small thing, we would just remove the article. So instead of saying I think business presentations. But awesome. Yeah, that sounds really good.
Okay.
Okay. And yeah, let's go to the next page. And Elcio, can you read the directions?
Try your own. Take
Yeah.
turns saying your own instructions and introductions for a presentation.
Nice. Great pronunciation. Good correction. Monica, can you read some of these reminders?
Okay, remember to welcome your audience, introduce your subject, outline the structure of your presentation, give instructions about questions.
Nice job, Monica. Good. Okay. And Patricio, can you start? Can you try to give a presentation? Or the beginning? Can you give the introduction?
Well, I will try to do a presentation. Well,
Yeah, so
well,
give.
good afternoon, everybody. Nice to talk with you today. Well, we have some problem in our company, as you know. We need to check our objective for the next month and what happened the last three quarter or the last quarter. Maybe we have a lot of problem the last quarter, so we need to check our objective, verify our goals, and try to repair what we are doing the last quarter. So our first, I'm going to tell you, objective will be to know what happened the last months. Was a good month. So the presentation will be open to listen your opinion about what we can do.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
That was good. That was really good. Yeah, it sounded good. Maybe the only small thing, just in the future tense, what we are going to do in the last quarter.
Sorry?
And the last.
Okay,
so,
what we are going to do in the last quarter. That's right.
Yeah. So just use the future tense, and then instead of saying the last few months, I think you said aren't very good. We would say weren't very good.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you.
Good. You're welcome. Only small errors, but that sounded great. Rodolfo, can you try it as well? Can you try to make your own business presentation at the beginning?
Okay, I tried. Introduce myself or a business presentation?
Yeah. So use the introduction of a business presentation.
Okay. Hello, everybody. My name is Rodolfo Silva. I am system engineer. My experience is I am a IT architect project manager for 4 years in several companies, software companies. Today we are in a I don't know. Okay, the meeting of today is about how you can organize your projects in your company. The key topic of the meeting is the structure of PMP manager professional is a methodology in I a little confused, teacher.
Okay, no, that's good. That was fine. You don't have to keep going. But yeah, so only some small things like today's meeting instead of the meeting of today. So we'd use the possessive, but that sounded really good. Well, you did a good job.
Okay.
Does anybody else really want to try their own introduction? Does anybody else really want to do an introduction? Okay. So let's go to the next page then. And let's have Sergio. Can you read the title and the first paragraph?
Yes. Presentations. Body or content. Read the text. If you have a look at the first graph, you can see that our sales topped 50 million the year before last. Then last year's sales dropped to 40 million with a slight recovery at the end of the financial year. However, this year's sales have continued to drop to an all-time low of 30 million. Now let's look at our market share. As you can see, we have 25% of the market share, 10% down on last year.
Nice. Yeah, that sounded really good. Okay, yeah, the only small thing, recovery. It's more of an sound, recovery. Good, that sounded much better, recovery.
Okay.
Perfect. Okay, and other than that, I didn't see really anything. Does anybody have any questions about anything on this first paragraph? Okay, doesn't look like any questions. Perfect. Zuela, can you try the next paragraph?
Okay. A good example of how important internal communications are is shown by some findings from research that we have recently undertaken. Good communication is a very key factor in staff motivation. If you look at this slide, you will see how important it is to get the basics in place. You need to identify your communication requirement, agree your objectives and success criteria, identify your target audience, define the content of your message, and determine the style of delivery. A good illustration of the communication process is when all those basics fall into place naturally.
Nice. That sounded really good. There's some hard words there.
Process.
Yeah. Process. Yeah, exactly. Then this one is tough. There's no long I at the end, so it's just determine. Determine.
Okay.
Good. And objectives. Objectives. Nice. Okay. Good. And that sounded really good. Does anybody have any questions on this paragraph? Any questions? Okay.
Undertaken.
Undertaken. Good. That's a good question. Can anybody explain undertake or undertaken? What about you, Sergio? What do you think it means?
It's something like engage in this process.
Yeah, engage with, or engage in the process. So it's like attempt,
Attempt, yeah.
Yeah, is a good one. And any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, good. Really nice job, guys. Let's go to the next page and let's have. Oh, hold on one second. Diego, can you read the title and some of these other lines?
Okay, yeah, presentation, body or contents. Remember these key points while delivering the body of your presentations. Do not hurry. Be enthusiastic. Give time of visuals. Maintain eye contact. Modulate your voice. Look friendly. Keep to your structure. Use your notes. Sync-post. Through-post. Remain polite when dealing with difficult questions.
Okay, good. Can you repeat signpost throughout? Signpost throughout?
Signpost throughout.
Yeah, signpost throughout.
Signpost.
Good.
Joshua, what
Yes.
signs post throughout means?
Okay, this is the tough one. Can anybody explain it? Can anybody explain signpost throughout? Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe it's like a signalization. You have a correct signalization about the key points about your presentation.
Yeah. So it's, you have a lot of things that go back or point to the key points of your presentation. So it's like you don't want to wander very far, so you always bring the audience back to your main points using these signposts. It's just maybe a words or a phrase that kind of bring the audience back. But good. And throughout just means during the whole thing. Does that make sense?
No, I don't understand that.
Okay.
It's when you focus on points in your presentation.
Yeah, when you focus on points in your presentation, for sure. I'm trying to find a good. So yeah, a definition that I'm seeing online. So there's certain keywords to use to signpost different stages in your presentation. So maybe at the beginning of your presentation, you can mark these words that will tell your audience what you're talking about or what you're dealing with. And so when you're giving the presentation, you still use those words. So it's like repeated phrases or words that help your audience know what you're doing.
Okay.
So this is a. Oh, sorry. Hold on. I've got a good website that explains signposting because it's a little bit complicated. So if you want to go there after class, that'll kind of give you some skills or presentation skills. And so let's go, Fatin. Well, let's go to the next page. And Fatin, can you read the directions?
Yes. Presentation, body or content, use the pictures to make your own.
Good.
Remember some useful phrases. If you look at the first graph, as you can see, a key factor. If you look at this slide, a good illustration of. Now let's look at a good example of.
Good. Nice job. Really good reading. A good example. Good. Yeah. Okay. And Elcio, can you try to make your own presentation using this first graph?
Okay, I will try. If you look at this first graph, you can see that our business is not good in this year. A key factor is the problem is the sales department. But if you look at this slide, everybody can see where is the problem. A good illustration of the problem. Now, let's look at the good example of the where we need to create new markets for the next year.
Nice. Let's look at where we need to create new markets for next year. That's a great sentence. Really good job, Lucio. Instead of saying everyone can see where is the problem, everyone can see where the problem is. So that would be the form for a statement instead of a question. Does that make sense, Hercio? Okay. Well, hopefully that makes sense. Just that one small correction. Okay, and Monica, what about you? Can you try making a presentation about the second graph?
Oh my God, I don't know. I'm trying. Okay. If you look at this first graph, no pressure, okay. If you look at this first graph, you can see the sum of our sales of our departments. A key factor here is the continuous growth of our sales department of men clothes.
Men's clothes.
Men's clothes. Now let's look at the last line, green line. I don't know how to say that. This is our main problem because the level of sales are decreasing constantly.
Nice. Nice adverb with constantly. Okay, perfect. That looks really good, Monica. You shouldn't have been scared at all. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you, Joshua.
You're welcome. Okay, and read time in the internet. Yeah, definitely spikes. But good. And so, does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions?
Yes, teacher. I don't know how to make this graph or picture bigger than that because I can't describe it.
Okay.
It is too small.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty small. So if you get it on Google Drive, sorry, I think somebody was looking for that. So if you get it on Google Drive, you can make it bigger, and so the graphs will be bigger on Google Drive. Can you try that?
What is it? Google Drive.
Okay, so it's the triangle on the left side of the screen. It's green and yellow and blue.
I find it. I found it. Yes.
Okay. And I'm not sure what page we're on. We're on page 9. But yeah, and so it doesn't really matter what the graph says. It's just kind of generalized. But good. So we can, if nobody has any questions, let's go to the next page. And let's have Patricio. Can you read the title?
Presentations 3, conclusion, read the text.
Yeah, and can you read the first half of the text?
I'd like to thank you for attending. Excuse me. for attending today's talks, asking some great questions, but most of all, sharing with everybody the challenge you think we will face next year. We still have around 5 minutes.
Good. Can you repeat today's talk? Today's talk?
Today's talk.
Yeah, today's talk. Good. And I think other than that, you looked pretty good. Next year instead of next years.
Next year. Next year.
Yeah, exactly.
Next
Good.
year. Good.
And that sounded good. Rodolfo, can you read the second half?
If you do not have any remaining questions, thank you again for attending the talk today. See you again soon. If you have any question, please stay for another 5 minutes. I would like to answer your questions for you.
Perfect. Good pronunciation. Any questions? Does anybody have any questions on this page? Okay, and so Patricio, can you ask Sergio the question in the chat box?
Okay, Sergio, do you usually ask questions or not? Why?
Yes,
or why not?
Yes, I do. I usually ask questions about presentations, especially when I have thoughts, so maybe I can give more maybe advice for the specific issues or subject. Yes.
Okay, specific. Can you repeat specific?
Specific.
Nice. Good, specific. Good answer. And let's go to the next page. And Sergio, can you read the title and the directions?
Okay. Presentations. Conclusion. Read these rinse, then try to create your own.
Okay. Can you repeat these hints? These hints.
These hints.
Good. These hints.
These hints.
Perfect. Okay, and let's have Zuela. Can you read the hints for summing up?
Summing up. To conclude, in conclusion, now to sum up. So let me summarize, recap what I have said.
Nice. What I've said. What I've said. Can you repeat what I've said?
What I've said.
Nice. I've said. Perfect. And let's have Diego. Can you try the hints for giving recommendations?
In conclusion, my recommendations are: I therefore suggest, propose, recommend the following strategy.
Nice. Good. Suggest, propose, or recommend the following strategy. And so for the last one, Fatin. Fatin, am I pronouncing your name correctly? How do you pronounce your name?
Yes, Fatin.
Fatin. Okay,
Yes.
Fatin, can you read the next ones?
Yes. Thanking your audience. Many thanks for your attention. May I thank you all for being such an attentive audience.
Nice. Perfect. That sounded great. Good pronunciation of attentive. Okay, and let's have somebody, yeah, Fatin, can you try doing your own conclusion? Can you try making your own? Can you hear Fatin?
Yes, I hear you. Just I want to
Think, yeah, understandable.
Yes. Okay. At the end, I wanted to include to conclude my subject for this presentation and give you some recommendation. And thank you very much for your attendance and have a nice day.
Okay. Yeah. So I want to conclude the presentation. So if you want to conclude the presentation and give some recommendations, a recommendation is like advice. So based on my presentation, I think that you guys should do something. So the recommendation is just the advice that you gave them. So remember that, but other than that, your grammar looked pretty good. Really nice job. Ercio, what about you? Can you try a conclusion?
Yes, sure. Um, my conclusion, summing up. To conclusion, our audience, I advise everybody to work a lot in the next year because I need to buy a new car. I need to buy a new boat too. And my recommendations were everybody working more than normal 24/7 is my strategy.
Okay, that's
Thank you everybody to 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 hear me to see me talking about the next plan.
okay. Thank you everyone for listening to me.
Listen to me. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Thank you for listening to me talk about my plan. Yeah, can you repeat that last sentence?
Or play it because everybody is earning anything.
Because what?
Everybody you will win everything.
I'm not sure what you're saying, Ezio.
Let me type.
Okay. Everyone is earning. Okay. I'm not sure what you're saying or what you're trying to say. Maybe I didn't hear.
Earning.
Hearing.
No.
Earning.
Earning.
Yeah, so like making money, so everybody is earning money?
Yes.
Okay.
Like me, I bought a new car and a boat, and everybody will earning. That's correct? Oh no, I make a big mistake.
No, I don't think you made a mistake. I didn't hear you that time. My microphone must have cut out. Can you repeat your sentence one more time, Helcio?
My last sentence. I will buy a boat and a new car, and everybody will earn more money in
Okay,
next year.
and everyone will earn. Will earn. So that's
Ah,
the verb in the future. So the verb is to earn. You use the gerund, is earning. Or
okay.
so you could say it in the progressive tenses. So I am earning, or I was earning. Will earn is the future tense. Does that make sense?
Yes, makes sense.
Okay, good. Um, nice. And so let's have one more person. Monica, can you try your own conclusion as well?
Okay. In conclusion, if you want to learn more about my successful experience, I want to recommend to buy my wonderful book. Thank you very much for attending my presentation, and maybe in the future we can see you again.
Nice.
Can I see you again? I don't know.
That was really perfect. I think you even got a round of applause from Sergio. That was good, though.
Oh, thank you so
I
much.
love the part about the wonderful book, but good grammar too.
Where can I buy?
Yeah, really well done, and we all want to know where we can buy the book. But nice.
Oh, thank you so much.
Let's go to the next page, and let's go through some questions. And Patricio, can you play Tim? And Rodolfo, can you play Carrie?
Sorry. Tim, ladies and gentlemen, if you have any question, I'd be happy to answer them now.
Yeah, can I just ask, grab number 3, that last one you showed. You ace? Yes. Can you explain to me where you are intending to find the extra income to increase the designer rank in the maternity wear?
Yes, a very good question. I will look at the office wear range and it's quite heavy on material. Holiday wear tend to be much lighter, much smaller amount of material involved and
Nice, good. That sounded really good. Good pronunciation and everything. The only small thing, Rodolfo, can you repeat range? Range.
Range?
Nice, good, perfect. And the last, so let's try a role. Oh, actually, we're just about out of time. And I do have another class after this. Does anybody have any questions before we finish up? Any last questions?
Nope.
No?
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Joshua.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was awesome having you guys in class. You guys all did a really good job. And so hopefully I'll see you again soon. But have
You
a good
too.
night or a good day. Wherever
You
you are.
too. Thank you.
Thank you